What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Built Bodies podcast. Today, we're diving into a mindset shift that every high performing man needs to make if he wants a strong, lean, athletic body that actually lasts. Tracking your food is not restrictive, guessing is. This is the number one mistake I see smart, successful guys make. Guys who crush it in their careers, provide for their families, they're absolute killers at work, but when it comes to fitness, they're just winging it. They will say things like, I don't want to track, it feels obsessive. I'll just eat clean. I don't want to be that guy who weighs his food. I should just be able to eat intuitively. But here's the truth. You track every single thing in your life that matters: your money, your time, your tasks, your business metrics, your investments, your calendar. But when it comes to the one thing that affects how you look, how you feel, your confidence, your energy, your longevity, your identity as a man, you're guessing. Today, I'm going to show you exactly why tracking is actually the most freeing thing that you can do and why the men who resist tracking are the ones who stay stuck for years. Let's get into it. I'm excited about this one. So let's first start talking about the real reason why tracking feels restrictive to you, because it's not really what you think. It's not that it takes time. It's not that it's inconvenient. It's not that it's annoying. The truth is this: tracking forces you to face reality. It gives you some resistance. And a lot of men don't want to face the reality of how they're eating. It's a lot easier to say, I eat pretty healthy, than to track your food for 48 hours and realize that you had 80 grams of protein and 3,500 calories without even noticing. It's easier to say, I barely ate today, than to realize that you grabbed 600 calories worth of snacks between meetings, half a hollow roll at lunch, and 700 calories, a 700 calorie dinner, thinking that it was like a light dinner. Tracking isn't restrictive, it's confronting. And confronting creates clarity. Clarity is going to allow you to create control, and that's ultimately going to lead to results. The restriction isn't the tracking. The restriction is staying stuck because you're managing your body like blind. You have no direction. And this is where it gets very real. Okay. Let's talk about your money. You would never manage your finances by guessing. Imagine telling your accountant, I don't really want to track my spending. I just kind of want to feel it out. He'd look at you like you've lost your mind. Why? Because if you don't track your money, you lose money. Everyone knows that. It's the same thing with your body. If you don't track your food, you lose progress. You lose consistency. You lose control, which a lot of us like to have control over things. It's a very natural behavior to have. Let's talk about your work or career. In your job, you track everything from KPIs, revenue, deadlines, sales, performance metrics, project timelines. You would never tell your team, hey guys, no more tracking numbers. We're just gonna like vibe it out this quarter. Like, think about how ridiculous that sounds. Your business would burn to the ground. Yet this is exactly how most men approach fitness. Pure vibes, no strategy, no metrics, no clarity. And then they wonder like why their body hasn't changed since 2014. Okay. Let's talk about your relationships, maybe your marriage. Healthy marriages don't just happen by accident. You know this, okay? I'm engaged and I know this. You track time together, date nights, communication, your spouse's emotional needs, how present you've been. Not formally maybe, but intentionally. Like, if you didn't track these things mentally, your marriage would probably drift. Tracking equals attention, attention equals improvement. That's the relationship that we need to create with your fitness. Okay, now let's look at this culturally, right? Friday night dinners, spending time with your family, Shabbat, it has boundaries, it has rituals, it has rules, but do these rules restrict you? No, they empower you. They free up your time. They create peace. They create time with your family, things that you will never regret doing in the future. Tracking your calories is the same thing. It's structure that creates freedom, not restriction. Okay. And tracking is not about control. It's not about discipline. It's not about being perfect. It's all about awareness. And the awareness it gives you are freedom to enjoy food without guilt, okay? Freedom to enjoy eating out with friends without guessing, okay? Freedom to balance weekends. include alcohol, have Shabbat dinners without starting over on Monday. Okay, freedom to be flexible, freedom to stay in shape during stressful seasons, maybe a busy work season or the holidays, which we're getting close on. Guys who track don't restrict themselves. They simply understand their budget, just like their finances. And if you know your numbers, you can spend freely and a little smarter. If you don't know your numbers, every decision becomes more stressful because you don't really know how close you are to your daily calorie allowance. Food is exactly the same. When you track, you're not dieting, you're just being intentional. And this is where things change permanently. You have become the man who sees tracking as a chore, but not as like leadership over your life. The man who says, I don't guess with things that matter, I measure them. The I'll just eat clean guys stay stuck forever. Okay, the intuitive eating guys, they stay soft. And the guys who say, I don't want to track, have been the same weight since Obama was in office, okay? But the guys who says, I want to feel good, look good, and perform well, I'm willing to be intentional about that, that guy gets the best results. That guy changes his body. That guy sees his abs again. That guy shows up differently in his career and marriage. That guy carries himself with true confidence. Tracking is not restrictive. Tracking is masculine. Tracking is ownership. And now here's the thing. Most guys fail at tracking because they make it way harder than it needs to be. Inside a coaching program like ours, I speak to this because this is what we have experience doing. We give you preset macro targets, simple food lists, daily check-ins, okay? Weekly check-ins are a little bit longer, copy and paste meals if you need them, grocery templates. It's a lot easier to do this because it requires minimum thinking. Okay, a coach to also watch the data with you, a weekly reset strategy, a strategy that fits your actual life, not some like fantasy diet. We teach you how to do it in 5 minutes a day, not 45. And most importantly, we teach you how to see tracking as awareness, not restriction. Because once you have data, everything gets much easier. You stop overeating, you stop undereating, you stop emotional eating, you stop restarting Monday, you stop sabotaging weekends, you stop guessing altogether, and you start winning, you start making progress. It's truly liberating, I'm telling you. So let me leave you with this. You are tracking every important part of your life. Your money, if you're running a business or you own your own business, you're tracking that. Your time, your kids' schedules, your calendar, your deadlines. But the one thing that you're ignoring, the one thing you're guessing on is the thing that controls your energy, your confidence, your performance, your health, your longevity, your self-respect, your identity, which trickles into every other thing that I just mentioned. It's your food. And until you stop guessing, you will always feel stuck and lack that control. Tracking is not restrictive, okay? Guessing is restrictive. Tracking gives you freedom like you wouldn't imagine, and guessing will steal it 100%. If you want a system that makes tracking easy, simple, fast, and flexible, if you want to truly understand exactly what your body needs and you want the structure that finally matches the life that you actually live, that's exactly what we see. That's exactly what we do inside of the Built Bodies coaching program. Thanks for listening. I will see you on the next episode. And if you enjoyed this, please give it a positive review on whatever platform that you're listening on. I truly make these podcasts just to make you aware of what the problems people are making out there. I have a lot of experience doing this. I've coached 623 guys at this point, and I use all of that experience to make these episodes for you. So let me know if you like them by giving them a review. And if you ever need help, we'd love to have you join our team. Bye.